boy Nautical. Welcome to a new video. Guess what we have here? We have the GTX Geforce 1080 Ti, not any Ti edition. This is the Strix Gaming, and not any Strix Gaming. This is the top of the line OC edition, meaning you're gonna clock this thing over 2,000 megahertz out of the box. No questions asked. The reason this is going to be so good and the reason a lot of people want it is because it's going to have a really low heat dissipation on it. And the reason that is, it should say right here on the box, but this thing has a massive cooler on it. It's like huge. It's like big ass cooler. That's something that this card has that no other card has on it right now. It also has RGB lighting on it. Not any RGB, this has Aurora Sync on it. And what that does is it gives you the ability to take a light strip, or in this case an RGB strip, plug it directly into the port on the actual card itself, which gives you the ability to use it for any type of lighting in your case. You'll be able to control it right through the controller itself. That's something that a lot of people have been looking forward to, and Strix has heard you, Asus heard you, and they put it in their top of the line graphics card. So we're gonna take a look at the back of this box and show you some of the stuff that it has on it. As you can see right here, we have the massive heat sinks on this thing right here. You're gonna get a bigger look at that up close as we open up the box and you see it. You'll see it has new redesigned fans on it to give you more maximum airflow. Real dust resistant, gives you longer lifespan on the actual fans itself. This right here talks about the Aurora Sync that you get the software for. So let's open up this thing and see exactly what's in the box. While we're opening this box, guys, who actually out there really likes unboxings? I know a lot of people think that it's kind of taboo because, hey, I just want to see what's in it. I don't want to see somebody open a box up, but hey, there's a lot of people out there that want to know exactly what's in these boxes. I really like this. Look at that. It says Strix on the outside of the box. It would be nice if this was raised and everything, but I'm not gonna, yes, I am gonna ask for that. This is a graphics card that costs almost $800. I want this box to be pristine and look like it's coming, like Jesus himself had to be this. So you guys are gonna see what's in the box before I do. What do y'all see? Oh, it's Asus card. Never mind. So, right here, most of all, I've been doing Asus cards for a while now. I had a Strix, I think 980. I had a 980 Strix, and it was pretty much the same packaging. So you have this useless disc right here that no one uses. You have the speed setup, which if you want to learn more about your card, it's some good information in there, but most people just skip all over that, and there's nothing else in there. It's all nice and perforated. I wish the box looked even better than this did. And we're going to just skip over that. We have a Y connector for your, I think this has it's a single 8-pin, or it might be a 2-pin. We'll find out in 1 second. This right here is the ties for your cable ties, and there's nothing there. And before we take that out, let's see if there's anything underneath there. Oh man, it used to be so much more stuff in the box when you bought a graphics card. Now everything gets emailed to you.
You've got mail.
We're going to be careful because honestly, this isn't my graphics card. This belongs to somebody else. And they were gracious enough to let us open it so you fine people can see exactly what comes in the box. And there it is. This is the Strix GTX 1080 Ti edition. Look at that massive cooler and those fins on it. So on the back, you'll see you have I think it's 5 fins over there. Not fins, but pins that dissipate the actual heat dissipation. You have a bunch of coolers over here to the side. They're underneath the heat shroud itself. Really nice. It has a back plate. First thing I'm gonna tell you guys is my graphics card, I have a 1070 in my computer right now. As you can see by the shameless promotion down here on the floor. And that card doesn't have a back plate on it. And it really pisses me off that this one does. And honestly, I'm gonna show you something right now. This is like a sneak peek. I did take that 1070 out of my computer. It's sitting right here. This is the Aero edition. More on this card later. But as you can see on the back, it was only $400, but still no backplate. How does that look? That looks beautiful. It adds more weight to the card. Some people think it adds more heat to it and it holds more heat, but honestly, no. It's the way they design these things, the way that they have the fins and everything placed, it's set up really well. So on the back, one thing most people will notice is you have 2 HDMI ports on this. What graphics card do you know nowadays that come with 2 HDMI ports? Once again, another reason why you're paying another $70 for this one over the reference PCB. You also have your 2 display ports, and you also have your DVI. Don't know how many people use DVI anymore, but it's there for you to use it. The one thing about the Founder Edition cards that I really don't like, and you kind of saw it on that Aero card that I had, the 1070, the single blower style, it holds a lot of heat. This is going to dissipate that heat a lot more because I believe these 2 fans blow out and the one in the middle the ones in the middle blow in and these 2 blow out. So you're going to get a lot, it's going to disband that heat dissipation over the course of the card as you're playing in long gaming sessions. But honestly, this is a really, really nice card. I really like what Asus did with the design. It's heavy as all crap. And the last thing that I noticed is, just like I said before, this right here, a lot of people may need to use something like this, but this card does take 2 8-pins on it, not just one. I know on my Aero it takes 1, and on most graphics cards up until the 1080 Ti, all took 1 8-pin power connector. This one does take 2. So make sure you allocate yourself some extra space for that. And one other thing that I noticed on the card is, if you look up here at the top, this is where your RGB pin is. This is where you will plug up your actual RGB lights that will control with your case. Like I said, this card will control everything in your case when it comes to RGB right through the software on your computer. You also have the 2 fan headers. Basically, these will ramp up with the actual fans that are on your GPU itself. So you'll get even more cooling out of it. So that's all controlled through software too, and those are all separate fan headers, so you can plug up even more to get even more cooling with it. So I really like what Asus did here. Card feels really good. It's really heavy. Make sure that you know that this card is going to take up 2 slots of your PCB, and make sure that you do have room for a third, because when you sit this in there, it may get real close to covering up that third PCB slot. So make sure you have enough room in your case when you buy something like this, because the worst thing in the world is buying a graphics card this beautiful and not being able to fit it with everything else in your case. Guys, I really appreciate you stopping by and watching this video. I want you to stop by the person who is actually getting this graphics card. His name is Keith Thomas II. He's actually my brother. He's the one that graciously let us open up this actual GPU on our channel. He's going to be having a lot of tech analysis, a lot of specs, a lot of benchmarks and everything for you guys. I'm going to leave that link in the description so you guys can follow him. But while you're here, if you like this type of video, make sure you leave a comment down below. Make sure you sub to the channel if you haven't. Make sure you like this video. Send it out to all your friends on social media. It's very much appreciated. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.